properties of multiplications. We're going to go over the three properties you probably already discussed. I'm going to give you a sheet of paper that has some information on it we're going to talk about. By all means, interject and, tell me if you've heard of this. Any of it look familiar so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks, this is really solved. Oh yeah.
Did you have a song about it?
Yeah. Remember that song? Oh yeah, I know that song.
Yeah, you'll need a pencil here in a few minutes. Okay, do you remember this? Somebody tell me what's the associative property of multiplication. Anybody know? Right up here, I've got it kind of on the board. We'll talk about the associative property first. This property, you want to tell me?
It's where you first multiply the things with the curves around them.
The curves, what are those curves called? Parentheses, very good. With this property, I kind of tell myself, you can put your parentheses wherever you want. You're going to multiply, you're going to get the same answer regardless of how you do it. So you can see on your paper, no matter how you choose, you can multiply these numbers in whatever order you want. You can put those parentheses however you want to get you to visualize and see how you're going to do it. So this example, 3 times 5 times 2 equals 30. How would you probably do that one?
I would do it 5 times 6 would equal 30.
Okay, now we're going to use 3 times 5 times 2. How would you do it in that order?
I would
Do you want to tell me?
I would do 5 times 2 and then I would add that by 3.
Okay, so 5 times 2 is 10, and then 10 times 3 is 30. Okay, so see what she's saying? How would you do it?
I would do it 3 times 5 equals 15 and then 15 times 2 equals 30.
Exactly. See? You can do it however you want. That's the associative property. Yes.
I would do it 2 times 3 equals 6 and 6 times 5 equals 30.
Okay, now who said that one? You said 6 times 5 equals 30, right? So see, if you did 2 times 3 first, you would get 6, and then 6 times 5 equals 30, right? Okay, so see what that's saying? You've got 3 numbers. You can do it however you're going to get the same answer. Now, the commutative property. That one, Ms. Boren said you guys have been talking about area. When you have, say, a rectangle, like I've drawn this picture here, that rectangle, the dimensions are what? The top one. There's 2 squares on one side and 3 on the other. So your dimensions are 2 and 3. And then that equals 6. And so the commutative property, you've got 2 times 3 equals 6. What else equals 6 in those numbers? 3 times 2. You'd flip-flop them. So the commutative property is kind of like the flip-flop method. It's like, I think you can do 2 times 3 or 3 times 2. So I think of the area method when I'm doing that because it doesn't matter which side you multiply first. You're going to get the same answer. Okay, and then on the back, we've got our last property is the distributive property. And I put a cute little picture on there for you. Hopefully we'll get it with that little picture. Is the distributive property is a little bit difficult, isn't it? Do you think so? This one gives me trouble sometimes. With this one, we talk about, I had a teacher in middle school that used to tell me we do the hopscotch method because you have to take that first number outside the parentheses and then multiply it by each number inside. So imagine you're like a little bunny rabbit. You're going to hop 4 times 7 and then 4 times 2 and then 4 times 3. And you add up your products. And if you notice, I've underlined products. Those are little math definitions. A product is your answer, correct? Okay, so on this one, you just hit hopscotch through the brackets, okay? Or the parentheses. Sorry, I said brackets. So what is 4 times 7? Okay, and then 4 times 2.
8.
And 4 times 3.
12.
And if you add all those up like little computers, you get?
28.
Okay, you think we can go over these a little further? You think we can get it?
Easy.
Okay, let's start with the associative property. What did we say the associative property is? Right, you're gonna get the same answer no matter what. So you are in groups at your table, and you can kind of talk amongst yourselves and work on these, and I'll walk around and check on you. You have 3 problems, fairly easy. See if you can come up with the right answer with the associative property. And you can draw your parentheses however you want. Make sure you get what you're doing. Sorry, I'm slow getting around to all you guys. There you go. So on your
Yeah.
I just need a little area.
Go right ahead. And I've got a magnet up there at the top. That's where I hook the string because I'm so short.
Okay. Have you done those? You think you can figure those out? What's our first problem? Somebody tell me our first problem. 5 times 2 times 6. Okay, now somebody tell me, how would you work this problem?
I put
Parentheses, yeah.
parentheses around 5 and 2.
Okay,
And then 5
so,
times 2 equals 10. And then 10 times 6 is 60.
very good. Is everybody getting that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I did. Yep. I didn't get it very swell.
You didn't get it very still? Okay, well, will you help me with the next one, okay?
Yes.
What's your next problem?
6 times 3 times 2.
Okay, 6 times 3 times 2. How would you put the parentheses? Which one of these is easiest for you to multiply?
I would multiply the 2 times 3.
Okay, what is 3 times 2?
5 or 6.
6, okay.
But
And then-
6 plus 6 or 6 times
You got it.
6 times 6 equals 36.
Very good. See, that's how you do it.
36.
36, so that's your answer on number 2. So see, this one's kind of, it's your preference. However you want to do your parentheses, you're going to get the same answer. So if somebody wanted to do 6 times 3 is 18.
Times 2. Can I do the next one?
Yes. Tell me the third one.
4 times 2 times 3.
4 times 2 times 3. How would you do it?
I would put parentheses around 2 and 3.
Okay. And what do you get there?
And then you get 6. And I would times 4 times 6 would equal 24.
Very good. So I think we've kind of got the associative property. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, we are going to go over the commutative. What did we say the commutative property was? Yeah, that one is the flip-flop method. I have lots of papers, but I think that's easiest. I work better whenever I can write it down and see what I'm doing very good. Is everybody keeping up? Am I going too fast?
No, I'm done.
We have a fun part here at the end.
What's the fun?
You get to grade each other's papers. Instead of me grading,
That's
you
my
get to grade.
favorite.
How about that?
thing.
Did I give you one?
Lincoln. Better than an AR party. Not better than
Okay, see if you can do some of this commutative property
I can do this.
while I get everybody situated. Oh, sorry. So on this one, it's got instructions at the top too. it says, remember these problems can be worked in either order, right? Because we said flip-flop. So solve these problems, but also write the other way you could do it, the alternate method. So you're gonna put your answer, but you're also gonna put the flip-flop of it with the answer, right? So that one, it's got a little bit more work in it.
It's easy. It's easy.
Oh, that's easy?
It's easy.
Oh, it's easy? Well, we'll see how distributed property goes, huh?
It's easy. That'll be easy. I think that's the
Yes,
hardest
ma'am.
one. That'll be easy.
I think that's the hardest.
Okay, we have a volunteer for number 1. What is number 1?
5 times 4.
Okay. What is 5 times 4?
20.
Okay, so we've got 20. How else can you write that?
4 times 5.
4 times 5 is also 20. So we just flip-flop these two numbers, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to do the second one? Alright, what is the second one?
6 times 2 equals 60, or 2 times 6 equals 60.
Very good. See, you can just flip-flop the numbers and it's going to be the same. And you know, I have seen a lot of math quizzes and stuff where you're doing multiplication. You're going to have the same problem several different times because of what property? Can you say that big word? Commutative. They trick you and think they're going to give you all these different problems, and there may be half as many problems as you think because they're just changing it up. So, who wants to do number 3? You want to do number 3? You haven't said anything.
7 times 4 equals 28, or 4 times 7 equals 28.
7 times 4 is 28, or 4 times 7 is 28.
You messed up on your 8.
I did mess up on my 8, thank you. Okay. So, which one's easier, associative or commutative? Commutative?
Both.
Okay, remind me, what was the associative property?
No matter what you put in parentheses, it's just going to be the same.
Very good.
I finally said it right.
Yes. Your parentheses. You can put your parentheses wherever you want. Now,
Wherever you want.
we're going to go over which property do we have left?
Distributed.
This is the easiest one of all.
Distributed property. We may have trouble with this one.
No, we won't.
You don't think?
I'm too smart for it.
You're too smart. Well, that's good. It's never too bad to be too smart.
Especially when I'm not even looking at distributed parts.
Oh, you don't even have to look. Okay, what was my little trick for distributed property? You remember? Yes, the hopscotch. What do you do when you play hopscotch? You hop from one box to the next. So you could almost imagine your numbers are in boxes, and you've got to take one box with you every time you go. It's on the back of our information page. Yes, remember it's got the little, aha, I've got it person right there. Okay, see if you can work those while I get myself back up there.